Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy, but you can call me Deuce, and welcome to Deuce Roams. In this video, we're going to be going over my expenses for the month of February 2026. Now let's get into it. Okay, once again, we're going to start with food and groceries, which I received a lot of comments in the last video about my expense for that. And I know, guys, this is my largest expense and I'm looking for ways to reduce that. So if you guys have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. You can put them in the comments, please. But for February, my expense for food and groceries was $566.37, which was a little bit more than $100 better than January. So I'm pretty pleased with that, but I know I could do better. My goal is at some point to figure out a way to get down to about $400. I saw one comment where someone had said in the last video they spend $330 a month on food and groceries, and that includes them eating out every day. I mean, guys, like, food and groceries are super expensive these days. I haven't been able to eat out anywhere for less than $10, give or take, guys. Like a sub at Subway is probably like $10 nowadays. I don't eat out that often anyways, but I know it actually probably comes down to my diet. We're gonna work on that, we're gonna get better. But I was excited to see that come in lower. Next up, we have transportation costs. Now this one, I started the month of February in Yuma, then I went up to Lake Havasu, back down to Yuma, across to Tucson, and finished the month in New Mexico. So I was doing a lot more traveling. So this cost has gone up. And with that being said, my cost for transportation in the month of February was $402.53. And that's about $185 more than I spent in January. Looking forward, since I'm traveling, this video is actually being recorded in the National Forest, about an hour southeast of Atlanta, Georgia. So it's March 15th, the date of recording. I've been trying to get this video off to you guys for about a week now, but I've been traveling and moving. So I know in March it's going to be a lot more expensive too, because I've traveled over 2,000 miles so far. But with that being said, it's to be expected and I'm not overly concerned with that. Now let's move into the next category, which is connectivity. It's $165, no change from the previous month. Although I am considering at some point going a month without Starlink to see if that can help, because that's a big chunk, $165 just to have high-speed internet. That's a luxury for sure. But like, take for instance this campground I'm at, my phone's at SOS. So I would not have any internet or cell service at this campground if it were not for me having Starlink. Moving into health and wellness, my spend was $108.37, which is basically the same as January. Had my medical premium and then some prescriptions, whatnot. Now we're getting into subscriptions, which is another category that I've been working towards reducing. I was able to reduce it $50 this month, but it's still a little bit more than I'd like it to be. For subscriptions for the month of February, I came in at $98.93, which was about a $50 improvement over January. The next category is camping expenses, and once again for the month of February, I had the big goose egg, $0, so I'm happy about that. That is likely to change for the month of March as I move to the east side of the country where free camping is harder to find. And the final category is miscellaneous expense, which came in at $259.15. Now, a couple things came up with that is my sister and brother-in-law were visiting, and I decided to join them at Saguaro National Park, which required a National Park Pass. That was an $80 expense that I wasn't really planning for, that I forgot my pass had expired. And also my passport had expired, and there's a $130 expense to renew that. So that's just over $200 right there that I wasn't expecting to spend, but I did because I'm gonna need my passport in the future, and you can always use your National Park Pass anyways. So this brings us to our grand total for February though, which is $1,600.35. So I was just over $100 over my target. And actually, if you're looking at the month of February versus January, there's 3 less days in February, so I did a little bit worse. But like I said, the unexpected National Park Pass and passport renewal, along with me traveling into New Mexico. As a matter of fact, on the last day of February, I decided to, travel 300 miles when I could have just parked it, waited a day, and it started March. But anyways, our running total for 2026 to date is $3,139.93. Now, if you're thinking my target for the entire year is $24,000, that averages $2,000 a month. So on that aspect, I'm doing okay. But like I said in my previous video, June is going to be very expensive with my vehicle registration and insurance renewals. And then it's the start of summertime too, so I'll be doing a little bit more traveling. I'm expecting to be right around the $12,000 mark at the end of June, but it's possible that I could be slightly over. And typically I spend less in the back half of the year when I make my way out to Arizona for the winter in the fall. So like the last 3 months of the year are typically my lowest expense months. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to roam free, explore more, keep spreading good vibes, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.